So it was a module at uni and I created a scratch piece, like a 10-minute version of this show. And I'd never really done comedy before. Like, I thought I wasn't very funny at all. And my tutor, who's fantastic, she's called Dr. Misery Day, and she's a master of solo performance. She was like, I challenge you, Ellie, to do something funny. And I was like, oh God, this is really scary because I'm not funny. But then I thought about my experience with my accident and I wrote a few things and I tried them out in class and people laughed. And I was like, oh my God, this is weird. Why are people laughing? So I thought, okay, well, maybe I can make this into something. And I was really scared to write about my accident because I wasn't quite over it at the time. So I got hit by a bike in 2015 and I nearly died. I had to learn to eat, talk, walk again, everything again. So this was in 2018 that I was writing for the module at uni. So I definitely wasn't recovered yet. I mean, I'm still not really recovered now. Yeah, I just thought, okay, should I write about this? Should I be vulnerable? And I did. And I cried for about a week after performing it because it was so real and it really hit me. But then it was received really well. And I thought, okay, so maybe I can make this into a full-length piece. And there was an open submission season at the Crucible. And I thought this is the perfect opportunity to make it into a full-length piece. And people wanted to hear more about the experiences of my parents, not just my own experience. So I was like, I can do that because my mum wrote loads of diary entries from the time. So they're really honest and I thought I can use them. And yeah, I just developed the play into a 60-minute piece and it didn't quite get into the open submissions at the Crucible. It got to like the last stage. But then I was like, why not put it on anyway? Because I've got this now and I've got Arts Council funding for next year for a tour of 4 nights of it in Sheffield and Salford next year. So this is sort of like the first of quite a few performances and I'm really excited. And
you've invested a lot of yourself in this and that's, as you say, to perform it, to keep on with it. It's obviously taken a lot from you and you've given a lot to it and it's something that's happened to you and not everybody your age has had a life-threatening event, you know, and I suppose it does change you, doesn't it, something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not the same person I was before. And I've written a poetry book that's getting published soon called Ghost and Found. And that's sort of about the ghost of the person I was. But I think I wanted to talk about it because I can't really think of many plays or even many books where young people talk about their experience with a head injury. And I just thought there's something to be said here. And even in the films when it is spoken about, I think it's always romanticized and it's always about memory loss or something like that. So I thought this is quite a different experience and I want to share it. And also everyone can relate, I think, well, most people can relate to the relationship I had with my parents and losing someone you care about, losing something of themselves or being hurt in some way or just going through a painful time. I think that's something that everyone can relate to. So, yeah.
Well, if you'd not mentioned that you'd had an accident, I would never know, Ellie, because you look fine to me, and I know that you've said you've had to go through a lot of things, and I am sorry to hear that you went through such a terrible accident like that, and glad to see that you look like you're doing really well. You've come a long way. You've gone through a lot to get here, obviously.
Yeah. It's so nice to hear when people say, oh, I never would have guessed. But I guess the internal recovery is still there, and like I have nerve damage on my right side. So when I get nervous or tired or anything like strenuous activity on my right side, I sort of shake uncontrollably with my right leg and stuff. So I don't know if I'll be able to drive, but that's something I'm going to figure out. And I don't really want to drive anyway, so it's
No, I
not
don't
that much of
blame
an
you.
issue. Yeah. I notice it the most. And because I was right-handed and I still am right-handed, my writing's a lot slower than it was before. But things like that, to say what I went through, I think that's very minimal damage. It's something I can definitely live with.
Yeah. So when is your play on, Ellie?
It's on the 3rd of September at 7:30 at the Salford Arts Theatre, and I'm super excited. It's really close now.
Yeah, that is it. Salford Arts Theatre is really nice, isn't it? Run by a really nice couple. I've seen a couple of productions there, and it's really, really good.
Yeah, Ronnie is fantastic. She's been so wonderful with promotion and so accommodating to our needs. And I've got a great team. I've got a director, Jack Victor Price, and a marketing manager, Connor Wordley. And Ray Wu's taken photos for us for the production. And it's nice to have a little team behind a solo show because it can feel quite lonely sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just me.
Well, just you,
Um,
right?
yeah.
Right, that's very
So,
brave. What a single band.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of testimonials from other head injury survivors in there, and obviously the voices of my parents. So it feels like I'm sort of not alone on stage, which is nice because I think I wanted to do a solo show because I struggle to trust other people sometimes, just in the fact that obviously if I do anything wrong, then it's all on me. Like I can rectify it, I can sort it out. I love working in an ensemble too. Yeah, I think for my first big production, I wanted it to be a solo show, and the support from other people has been so fantastic. Yeah, Jack Victor Price is a fantastic director, so he's added a lot to the production.
Well, Ali, it's lovely to meet you today, and I wish you much success with the play. I hope it really goes down really well. I'm sure it will. That sounds like a really good thing to come and see.
Thank you so much, Ian. It's been lovely to chat to you. Thank you so much.